Upon Napoleon's return to France, a coalition of allies, the Austrians, British, Prussians, and Russians, who considered the French emperor an enemy, began to prepare for war. Napoleon raised a new army and planned to strike preemptively, defeating the Allied forces one by one before they could launch a united attack against him. In June 1815, Napoleon's forces marched into Belgium, where separate armies of British and Prussian troops were camped. Napoleon rallied his troops by declaring, "For all Frenchmen who have the courage, the moment has come to conquer or perish." At the Battle of Ligny on June 16th, Napoleon used his superior artillery to defeat the Prussians under the command of Gebhard von Blücher. However, the French were unable to totally destroy the Prussian army, which quickly regrouped and retreated to a position not far from the village of Waterloo in modern-day Belgium. 2 days later, on June 18, 1815, Napoleon led his army of some 72,000 troops against the 68,000-man British army, which had also taken up a position near Waterloo, where they were able to communicate with their Prussian allies. The British army, which included Belgian, Dutch, and German troops, was commanded by Arthur Wellesley, the Duke of Wellington, who had gained prominence fighting against the French during the Peninsular War. Wellington, a known expert at defensive combat, directed his troops to take an advantageous position along a ridge. In a critical blunder, Napoleon waited until midday to give the command to attack in order to let the waterlogged ground dry after the previous night's rainstorm. The delay gave Blücher's remaining Prussian troops, who, by some accounts, numbered more than 30,000, time to march to Waterloo and join the battle against the French later that day. Although Napoleon's troops mounted a vigorous attack against the British, Wellington's position along and behind a ridgetop, which had negated an early offensive bombardment by Napoleon, and the afternoon arrival of Blücher's Prussian army turned the tide against the French. By evening, all sides in the bloody battle had sustained heavy losses. Napoleon made one final push toward Wellington's ridgeline position with his finest troops, the French Imperial Guard. But British guardsmen and light infantry were able to repel the French Imperial Guard advance, and Napoleon's now outnumbered army soon retreated in chaos. The Prussian cavalry attacked and harried the retreating French troops long into the night. By some estimates, the French suffered almost 40,000 casualties, including dead, wounded, or taken prisoner, while British and Prussian casualties numbered some 22,000. An estimated 10,800 men, most of them French soldiers, died in the Battle of Waterloo. Reportedly fatigued and in poor health during the Belgian campaign, Napoleon committed tactical errors and acted indecisively. He also was blamed for appointing inadequate commanders who failed to communicate adequately and coordinate their strategy. Ultimately, the Battle of Waterloo marked the end of Napoleon's storied military career. He reportedly rode away from the battle in tears. Time may pass, but the echoes of the past still shape who we are today. Every step forward carries the footsteps of those who came before. If you felt the past come alive today, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more untold stories brought to life.